Sag to the Future, the newspaper episode after week number 16 is complete. 1 week left in the regular season. Again, this is Madden 20, so we're playing 16 games, even though I realize in 1971 real life only 14 games were played. But because we're at 16, let's see what happens going into the 16th game. You see in the AFC North, the Browns are currently winning the division at 10-5. The Bengals are in second at 9-5-1. And the good news here is they play each other in Week 17. So the winner wins the division exactly how you want the Week 17 matchup to be. The Steelers 7-7-1. They're just playing to see if they can finish over 500. And the Ravens, of course, don't exist yet, so they're just a semi-pro team closing out the year. In the South, the Houston Oilers are the 1 seed in the AFC now because the Chiefs got upset by the Bears Sunday Night Football Week 16 and threw the 1 seed away. So the Oilers are now the 1 seed at 13-2. They've already clinched the division. They already have a bye, and right now they're holding on to the 1 seed unless they lose in their final game. They will be the 1 seed. The Colts are 11-4. They're in the playoffs, and they are guaranteed to be the 5 seed. No chance of falling down to 6. No chance to win the division. See, the power rankings actually have them ranked as the fourth best team in the entire NFL, but they're the 5 seed in the AFC. Jags and Texans are both semi-pro teams. Texans haven't even won a game. The Dolphins have the division wrapped up at 10-5. No competition in their division, really, but that's the same record as the Browns, so they are the worst of the division winners, or at least tied for it. No chance at a bye. They can still get the 3 seed, though, and they cannot get anything worse than 4. So they're either the 3 or the 4 seed. Patriots and Jets both trying to finish 500 at 7-8, and the Bills 5-9-1. The Chiefs threw away the 1 seed, but they still have a bye and a division win at 12-3. The Broncos are trying to throw a playoff spot away. Thought for sure they were going to make it with their great start. I think they started off 7-2, but now they're 9-6 and possibly going to miss the playoffs entirely. In fact, if the Bengals win that game and win the division, the Browns might have the tiebreaker against the Broncos, so the Broncos need help, but they can still get in at 9-6. Chargers 7-8. They're out, but playing better since Hadel came back, and the Raiders have been kind of a disappointment this whole year at 5-10. In the NFC, the Vikings keep winning. They've won 5 in a row now, and they're all the way up to 11-4, getting hot at the right time. Still possible 2 seed. They're not going to catch the Cowboys for the 1 seed, but they are right now tied with the Falcons for the 2 seed. Lions 8-7. They are not eliminated yet. There is an outside chance, but still a chance the Lions can find themselves in the playoffs, even though they've been outscored by 35 points this year. The Bears got their big Super Bowl, basically, was beating the Chiefs, a huge upset, and also guarantee they will not finish in last because the Packers have been pathetic. 395 points allowed, been outscored by 200 points. The Packers defense is just a joke, and they're 3-12. NFC South, 2 semi-pro teams, 4-11 Panthers, the 6-9 Bucks. Actually, not bad. Probably the most competitive of the semi-pro teams, but still, they don't count. Saints had a very easy record, and they're only 8-7. They totally don't deserve to be in the playoffs, but they might get in just by having such an easy record. They have another semi-pro team coming up, so they will most likely be 9-7. But hopefully the Lions or Niners or someone can knock them out so you don't have them making the playoffs just from an easy schedule. The Falcons are probably a playoff team only because of an easy schedule as well. Someone's got to win this division, and it will be the Falcons. But because of their easy schedule, they're 11-4 and tied with the Vikings, trying to get the 2 seed, and might definitely get. Cowboys are the best team in football. Everyone knows that. They've outscored their opponents by almost 300 points. Wow, they are just dominant. 14-1. The Redskins are 10-5. They have clinched a playoff spot. They are in the playoffs, and they might fall to the 6th seed, but they're definitely in the playoffs either way. Eagles are out at 7-8 and possibly could finish in last place, even though they do have the one thing on their resume is that they are the team that beat the Cowboys. And then the Giants 6-8-1, playing a little bit better at the end of the year here, trying to get out of last place. And in the West, the Rams have clinched a playoff spot, but have not even clinched the division yet. Thought for sure they were going to be the 2 seed earlier in the year, and now they're not sure that they're even going to win the division. They will be the wild card, though. So if they lose and the Niners win and the Niners steal the division, the Rams are still going to be in the playoffs as the wild card. So they know they have made the playoffs. Niners trying to steal that division from them. If they lose, there's a good chance they miss the playoffs. If they win, they have a shot at winning the division. And the Cardinals, believe it or not, are still alive. If they can win, the Niners lose, the Saints win, and the Lions lose, or something like that. Some crazy thing, but if like 12 things go right, the Cardinals could still make the playoffs, and the Seahawks, of course, are a semi-pro team, been outscored by 430 points, almost 43 points in 15 games. All right, so that's the standings. Take a look with 1 week to go. What kind of titles we're looking for here. Passing title. Looks like Len Dawson is going to get it for you. Well, it's close enough. It's between Len Dawson, Brody, and Staubach. Although Staubach, well, Dawson could still get the number 1 seed. Brody's got to play, of course, for their playoff lives. Staubach probably going to sit, so he's not going to go for the passing title because he wants a different kind of title. Plunkett, a lot of yards as a rookie, and then you have a semi-pro, which is just crazy. Ratings, though. Ratings is where Staubach separates it even more. These guys, I guess Sonny Jurgensen's 89.4 is pretty good, as he's thrown 137 attempts. It's real enough. Shaw, way better than anyone thought he would be for a last place team. But the main guy, much better than anyone else, is Roger Staubach, 104.3. The rushing title. Right now, the Cowboys own that as well. Best quarterback is Staubach. Best running back might be Dwayne Thomas. You see, Ellison's average is much better, but he has not carried it enough to overtake Thomas yet. Thomas at 1237, Willard of the Niners 1196, and Ellison of the Rams 1151. Those are the top 3 threats. I guess Little still has a chance, 1088, and the Rams actually have a second guy. So the Rams have 2 backs that have gone over 1,000 yards. Receiving, it's all Hayes, 82 catches. Taylor has 78. And then yardage, more than 250-yard lead. So Hayes is going to win this. So the Cowboys have a chance to have best quarterback, best running back, and best receiver. And defense this is where it just gets crazy. Watch this. 33 sacks for Alan Page, 30.5 for Mean Joe Green, 29.5 for Merlin Olsen, and Bob Lilly has 29. So you have guys like Ten Hendricks of the Colts has 22 sacks, which would be closing in on the record in real life, but it's not even mentioned because he's 11 sacks behind Alan Page. All right. Well, actually, let's look at the schedule real quick. See if there's any other games that we will need to broadcast. Jetsville, nobody cares. Nobody cares. So the Giants, of course, are one of the prime 4, so they will be on. Here you see Saints get another semi-pro. Browns and Bengals. We'll have to bring you that one because the winner wins the division. Redskins, Cowboys, of course. You know Cowboys games are always on. Packers, Lions. You know what? We might see what happens in some other games, and if the Lions have a chance to make the playoffs, maybe we'll show that one. But a lot needs to go right for the Lions, so we'll see how some of the other games turn out first. Bears, of course, always broadcast. Looks like the Niners. See, so I guess if somehow, I'll go ahead and have that game played first and see. The Seahawks haven't won a game all year, so I'm sure the Niners are going to win. That will eliminate the Cardinals and Lions, so that we certainly won't need to bring those games. If somehow the semi-pro Seahawks beat the Niners, then we might have more games broadcast. But because they get the easy Seahawks, then I'm sure the only thing we have to broadcast is the Browns and Bengals, along with, of course, the normal 4. But If I just feel like it, we might do Cardinals Rams, only because if the Niners win and the Rams lose, the Niners take the division. So we might throw the Rams game on there to see if the Rams can hold off the Niners for the division. But thanks for watching this newspaper episode, and join us next week for the final week of 1971. Have a good night.